Thank you for listening to Dropping Juice podcast on YouTube. I just want to also to give you guys a friendly reminder that I am also on all the listening major platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and those things like that. But right now, we are discussing a topic that is affecting us worldwide. Inflation is killing us all. I mean, I went into the store and that was a dozen of eggs for $5. I was like, what? So let's go ahead and discuss how you can save 10,000 in 7 months, making only $15 an hour. So right now, a lot of jobs are paying 15, 16, sometimes 14, even as low as $10 an hour. Crazy. But right now, we're going to discuss the $15 an hour mark. Okay. Let's hone on to that and see how we can go ahead and save. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys have pen, paper, pencil, the your iPhone to go ahead and take screenshots because I'm telling you, saying discipline, consistent, and also minimize distractions. That is the most important thing. Let's talk about it. What's the best way to save? Well, the best way to save is first of all, knowing what your expenses are, knowing what you are spending. That is the best way to save. Know what is a priority, and you know how you've heard the need versus want. That is definitely the most go to thought process, right? We do a lot of spending. And sometimes we sit back and we're like, where does this money go? So, with this method, these strategies, these tracking tools, the side gigs that I'm going to throw at you, it is going to be a world changer. It is going to be a different outlook and insight on how you manage things. You will definitely save maybe more than 10,000, but that'll be the 10,000 budget and the mark. Sometimes we worry about, oh, I cannot wait till that income tax come around so I get my refund and then we blow it within 2 months. So the goal is not worrying about that. Just act like you're not even going to get that. And some people, they don't have to act like it. They're not going to get it. So the first thing we must do as far as strategies is create a budget. What are some things that you need? What are some things that you want? And let's not even talk about the things that you want. Let's all talk about the things that we really need to be able to be financially comfortable. Let's talk about auto draft. Okay. Once you create your budget, you put all the things that you know for sure that you have to pay. We're talking about rent, cell phone for communication, renter's insurance or homeowner insurance, rent as far as mortgage as well, that's included, electricity, your internet, because we need the internet for researching, sometimes for our work from home jobs, right? And car insurance. We may own our cars, but we have car insurance, or we have a car note and car insurance. Okay. So let's talk about each of these and what we can do to go ahead and minimize the spending. So auto drafts. Auto draft is important. Now, it is important to be able to put a certain amount of money on the side to be able to auto draft. So let's go ahead and talk about it. If you know that your expenses are the same amount every month, then you should definitely pull those together and put it in a separate account. If you know your rent is due on the 1st, if you know your cell phone is due on the 26th, if you know your renter's insurance is due on the 27th, electricity, and on and on and on. Add all those together. If you have options to auto draft, put it in that account, and only that account is for auto draft. That way, you don't have to mix up personal spending for things like household needs, things of that nature, right? You can reduce your housing cost. Okay. That means that if you have an extra room, maybe, and you know that your child has graduated from high school or your child is a young adult and they have moved on, and at one point you had a two-bedroom, one bath, go ahead and downsize it. Or a two-bedroom, two bath, downsize it to two-bedroom, one bath. And if you feel like, wait, I don't need the second bedroom, go ahead and downsize that to a one. It's about reducing the housing cost. Okay. If you have a house and you're like, okay, well, let me see how that works. Let me add an extra room and maybe utilize that as maybe a quote unquote rooming house or an Airbnb or something of that nature. The next one is cut transportation costs. Now, sometimes you have apartment complexes, if you do live in one where the bus stop is right across the street, you can minimize the cost of maintenance, the cost of gas every month by just catching the bus. Um, Uber is a little bit expensive, but maybe you can do a carpool depending on how far you are from your coworker and see if you guys can alternate that way. And maybe give her half or him half of the money for gas, at the end of each week, like when you guys get paid or every 2 weeks. So you can minimize that. Also, limit dining out. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Wendy's, minimize that. I, for one, make a mean hamburger, okay, with some fries, better than fast food restaurant. Because number one, I'm cooking, grilling with love. And I know personally who's handling it. So that's definitely a plus. So I said limit dining out. Remove unwanted subscriptions. If you do not need Peacock, as far as like movies on Peacock, if you do not need Hulu, if you do not need Disney Plus, if you do not need Netflix, no, no, no. They still have Redbox, I believe. I think I saw Redbox somewhere. So they still have tools like that. I think it's $1, maybe $2 to rent or something of that nature. You can get 3 movies. Listen, I understand that new things are happening and evolving, but was not getting better, inflation. What's not getting better is expenses. What's not getting better is paying people or employers paying you enough to survive, to live off of. So we're finding ways and strategies to help you. Let's talk about energy saving. So we want to make sure that we just minimize the use of our energy. So if we're talking about an electrical bill that is super high, you don't have to stay in that electricity company. You can always downsize it. Go to another electricity company. Look at how much it is per kilowatts. Make it make sense for you. Because if you're spending $159 on electricity and you looking at, I know I don't use as much electricity. I don't even cook that much. All those things as factor, yeah, it's time to probably change. All right, next one. Shop smart. Listen, let's talk about the things that we know we need, which is household goods. We need toiletries in the house. We need just medicine, things of that nature. Band-Aids, first aid kits, shampoo, all those things, right? Maybe paper towels, napkins, things that we use every day. That should be on the side of budget. If you go to Walmart every day, get your Walmart card. Put $200 on a Walmart card every day. Well, once a month. Make that your budget. In fact, I believe Walmart has it where at the end of the year or at the end of 12 months, you can get all that money back. So, kind of like the change goes into the savings information in your Walmart card. Do that. Make it a point every time you get paid once a month on the 12th, I'm putting money on my Walmart card. So, you're spending from the 1st to the 12th, whatever you need at Walmart. Who doesn't go to Walmart at least once or twice a week? We either get food, we either get basic needs, we get batteries. Like, oh man, I forgot, I need to get some milk. One or two things. Put $200 aside in your Walmart account and you are good to go. You don't have to touch it anymore until the 12th, and you put 200 in the 12th. So that 200 that you are spending normally, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to dig into that. So you have the account for the auto drive, right? You have the account for just, if you did want subscriptions, you can have an account with subscriptions. Okay. Then you have a Walmart account. Okay. Next, again, that goes back to having a prepaid card and having a bank card. So you can have a Walmart card, right? You can have a card for just automatic draft, which is your bank card. You can have a subscription card, which could be a bank card, right? And then everything else that you have, you save it. Those are your extra expenses. So you have three cards: a Walmart card, right? And then you have two bank accounts, or maybe even three. Let's go with three. You have a savings, you have a bank account just for subscriptions, right? And then you also have a bank account for auto drive, right? And your subscriptions bank account could also be for like maybe loans, right? So if you had like a miscellaneous loan, that'll be for your subscription. So you have subscriptions and you have the miscellaneous loans. So you could put 200 in there. You can put 200 in Walmart account, right? And then you're going to put an automated draft. And then that extra money, that's just your savings. You don't touch it. Why touch it? You're limiting dining, you're limiting transportation, okay? You're limiting electricity, right? You're shopping smarter, okay? Also, even like with that extra money on the side, if you wanted to use it, I would say give yourself a reward, right? Say if you save $1,000 in 1 month, I would say you could use that 1,000, maybe put a $50 budget on it once a month, maybe, and go ahead and go to the clearance section of a mall and just look for clearance items. You could come out with maybe four outfits. Be mindful of your spending. Let's talk about our side gigs, right? So, $15 an hour, yes, that is given probably like 2,400 a month. So we do have some side gigs that you can work on, right? So if you had a job that offer extra hours or overtime, go ahead and jump on it, like for sure. Jump on it. Do that maybe twice a month, right? Um, don't overwhelm yourself, but do that about twice a month. Sell unused items in your house. There are things that you probably have every day in your house just sitting around, and you could sell it. And you could sell five items for like, and you'll get maybe $200. And that could go towards that Walmart card. That could go towards the other bank with subscriptions and other loans. Okay. Get your part time job. Great things are like independent contractor jobs. Those things are good to do because number one, you can create your own schedule and you just have to have that self discipline, that focal point of when you're going to do that particular job. You can also tutor on the side if you love working with kids, if you're good with certain things like math. Go ahead and tutor. That'll be awesome. Rideshare. If you want to do some deliveries, I would say do that twice a month. For me, I think twice a month is uh, I don't know, that's the go to number for me because you get paid twice a month, right? Every 2 weeks. You spend maybe and go to the grocery store and get things maybe twice a month, right? And sometimes it seems like you're going once every week to the grocery store. But the ultimate goal is to try to do that 2 times. That way it limits your spending. And then also when you go to the store, you may say, okay, I'm going to the store for one thing. And your basket is like about 10 things. So just have that self discipline. Create a list, maybe, of things when you go to the store where you have to limit your spending. When you have money on your Walmart card, you can't spend $300 because you only have $50 in there. Always double check before you go into the store and sit back and realize, okay, what are the stuff that I need? Why did I come up in here? Right? Also, another good thing is every time you go to the store, do cash back. Get the minimum every time. If the minimum is 5, get 5. The minimum is 10, get 10, 20, get 20. The minimum is 40, which is rarely, get 40. And just only do that maybe I would say again twice a month. That is the secret number, twice a month, right? So you also have cash on your hand. Walmart, that's accumulating cash every time you swipe the card. You have the auto draft, you don't have to worry about that, right? And then you have the subscriptions and the loans, right? So these are four things: cash, Walmart card, auto deposit, auto deductions, and the subscriptions account, right? Perfect. Let's talk about online tools to help. Now, we want to progress our tracking. So, some of our online tools are Mint, Printables, one on one planners, Clear Checkbook, and My Savings Journal, right? I love writing things down. I'm a visual learner, I love seeing things. So, for me, being able to have those tracking information in front of me, I kind of pat myself on the back because it shows growth. It shows growth. So definitely utilize one of these online tools. And there's plenty of ones out there. These are free. It's about again self-discipline. And for me, when it's in front of you, somehow it works. All right, guys, I thank you for watching. I'm hoping that I was able to give you some tidbits and strategies that involves how we can budget, how you can get those side gigs, and how you can progress your tracking. Also, if you're interested, subscribe in more videos. Don't forget to comment. And also listen to my podcast episodes on all major listening platforms. Listen to my latest episode is prioritizing yourself first. And then there's a true story episode about grieving aloud and emotional journey revealed with our guest, Kimmy J. Well, again, thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope this helps everyone in regards to budgeting because you too can do this. Thank you so much. And you guys have a good one. Bye.